You've been through a pandemic, you've been through rising energy prices, now there are going to be budget cuts again. How does it make you feel?
It's quite aggravating because our generation isn't seen as like a strong generation. We're kind of overlooked, and it's really disappointing because we have so many ideas and so many ways we could deal with things, but we're kind of being ignored by people who are ahead of us or have more power than us, and they don't want to listen to us at all.
I think our generation, going through all of that we have been through, it has made us such a strong generation. It's like amazing, and I think that people don't realise that when we come out of this we are going to be such amazing and strong people, but it just feels like we're very unappreciated.
People just look at us like we're children. They don't understand that we have an understanding of what's going on around us, and we should be able to have a say in what people are doing that affects us. And it's also quite stressful because you know that other people are struggling, and to think that you're going to grow up and you're going to have the same struggle is not very easy.
When you look at how the school's trying to cope, what kinds of things are they doing in order to try and make ends meet?
When I came to the school in Year 7, there was, in every class we had a tray, and it had pens, pencils, rulers, rubbers, scissors, everything. But now you don't see that as often, and when you lack that equipment, the school can't provide it because they don't have enough money to fund any of that. So I think that that's like really impacted us.
Usually there'd be trips for every year group, every year, at least once. But now I think they're cutting back on it because they're maybe like mixing the year groups up, so parts of each year group get to go on a trip. So that's a wise decision, obviously, because they need to spend more money on more important things. But I think it's also cutting down the experience that you get in school.
How do you think your teachers are managing it?
Great. I was in RE not a couple weeks ago, well, when I was having a lesson, and my teacher, she talked about how other teachers might be stressed, and maybe if you see that, then let them have a moment, and don't emphasize on the fact that they might be stressing. But all of my teachers have been amazing with dealing with the situation that's affecting everyone.
What have you noticed change in the last few months?
I think our parents are trying to shelter us from any problems that we have with financially. But, you know, little things, like when you go shopping, you're just noticing that they're changing what you usually buy to something cheaper so we can have more money for other things that are more important.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of everywhere. It's all over social media, and, you know, your parents do try to shelter you from stuff like money, but I want to, you know, as a daughter, and I do want to help my parents and kind of understand the situations we're in.
So you are all 14, 15, you're too young to vote, but you do have a voice. What would you say to Rishi Sunak?
I would say that I'm disappointed that they're not prioritising schools, because we are the future, and if they're going to compromise on what we learn and what education we get, I don't think the future will be very bright.
We are the future generation, and we will eventually run this country, and we are not, like, we don't have enough attention on us that we are meant to have, and we're just kind of being othered at this point, because we have a completely different, we went through coronavirus, we went through so many difficulties that we're just completely othered from the generations that came before us. So I think it's just very disappointing.